Green 18. Green 19.
Fournette, the running back. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Brady to throw. Throws a deep pass downfield. And Scotty Miller in the open. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Rodgers fires quickly. End zone is caught for the touchdown by Allen Lazard. First and goal for the 5. Brady. Evans. Did he catch it? Yes, sir. Touchdown. Rodgers spins to his left. Comes underneath, and the pass is incomplete, out of bounds. Now they say complete. 3rd and 1. Rodgers play action. Look to the end zone. Rainbow Jordy Nelson. He's got it. Touchdown.
Mahomes looking under pressure. Throws the ball upfield. It is knocked away at the 50-yard line. Intercepted. Picked off a deflection.
All right, but enough about our.
Well, anyway.
Enough about our bullshit with our past lives.
Enough about us being losers.
What is up, guys? I am back, and welcome back to Battle for the Bay, Season 2, Episode 3. With me, as always, Draz.
Howdy. Howdy do.
Today, we're going to have another mock draft for you guys. We're going to do this every week up until the draft, so you guys got to deal with 2 more, minimum. And we're also going to rank, we did this last year during the offseason. We're going to rank quarterbacks based on their performance last season. Like
I'm changing the tiers too, by the way. I'm changing the SA.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Just to make sure that you guys can see at least what I'm doing, I'm also going to have this up for it. So let me go ahead and Merry Christmas. There we are. Let me adjust that because I'm an idiot and I didn't do this before.
I'm just going to delete a row because there's A, B, C, D, and we don't need an E. Just A, B, C, D, or F.
And there we go. I'm such a bad.
Such a bad boy. All right, sorry.
Okay, there we go. So we have our tier list up: S, A, B, C, D, F, and we got all of them.
It's based on their performance.
Yeah, every quarterback who started. So first things first. Who is first for you?
For me, it's Dak Prescott.
Same. He played up until what? Week 8?
Yeah. He got hurt. Was it for the rest of the season? I think it was. Right?
It was season ending. But I'm putting him in. I'm putting
kind of
overpaid.
According to me,
overpaid, average. He's a C tier for me.
I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna put him at the bottom of B tier. Like he'll be the lowest B, because I think he does have games where he does prove that he's better than the average. But he's not proven anything. Has he even won a playoff game?
He's won 2 wildcard games, and that's it.
I don't hate Dak Prescott.
He has a playoff record rivaling Lamar Jackson.
The big issue with him is it's either the Cowboys or him or both of them. And until Dak Prescott leaves, we'll never know if it was him or the Cowboys.
It's always going to continue to be both.
Yeah. So I'm going to put him at bottom of B because that's going to kind of be my B tier is slightly above average. C tier is average. But the top of B is above average, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to be the
like
very
C's
bottom of
like
B.
C is average, D's below average, F is just you suck.
Yeah.
Okay. Next guy I got Jared Goff. Jared Goff.
I was very high on him.
Jared Goff.
I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off.
I put him in S tier.
A.
He's S tier for me.
I put him in as a top 5 quarterback last season.
And you were right.
And I was very much right about it. But I kind of feel like I should reserve S tier for now.
I can't do it. Jared Goff is S tier for me. What he's doing in Detroit, they needed this for so long.
I'm gonna put him in high A, and high A means you're one of the best quarterbacks in the league, right?
Yeah.
Because most people will be B tier or below, and so I'm gonna put him at the top of A because I think that he did make some mistakes, but at the end of the day, it wasn't him that caused the issues that eliminated them. It was injuries on defense.
Yeah.
But I do
he
expect
did
him
not
to be
have
a
the
top 5 quarterback
like,
statistically
yeah,
next year again.
Yeah, Jared Goff did not have the prettiest game in that wild card game, but what were you going to do if your defense was about to give up 50 points?
Yeah. I'm gonna just put him IA and not think too much harder about it.
Okay.
But the person I have to think really hard about is the next one on my list.
The Arizona midget himself, Kyler Murray. Ugh. All right,
I'm gonna put him in C tier.
About to say, putting aside my Oklahoma bias, he is C tier. But C tier above Dak. Because at least Kyler's mobile.
You think he's better than Dak?
At least Kyler is mobile, and he only has like one major injury. And he can, like, he's proven, like, yeah.
Dak Prescott has proven that he can actually connect with, like, I will never be able to unsee until he proves to me in the playoffs. I'll never be able to unsee what he did against the Rams when the Rams won the Super Bowl. That is one of the most embarrassing playoff performances I have ever seen from anybody.
Doesn't take the sack, throws it up for grabs, gets a pick 6.
Yeah, throws it 5 yards in the air for a fucking the easiest pick 6 ever. He is, and then all the Call of Duty shit, the fucking, like,
I don't even know if that's true.
I like him. I like him. Like, he's fun to watch, but I think I just not a fan. Not a fan. I'm gonna put him at C. And then this year, he's come back from injury. He played pretty good, I think, if he came.
Yeah.
If I'm fair, but I'm gonna put him middle of the road.
I gotcha.
But he does have a good young wide receiver. We'll see if he improves.
All right. Jaden Daniels, the man who's proven me right about everything. I don't know about you, Draz, but he is going in A tier.
Yeah, he's gonna go solid A tier. I'm gonna put him under Goff, but he'll be
like he's
right next to Goff.
He's everything I thought he would be in his rookie season. Like, if I would, like, there's a lot of players like I'd say, oh, this guy's gonna be good. He's proven me right in every single facet. I just wish he didn't do it against the Bucs.
All right, yeah, I'm not even gonna talk too much about it. But my next person's Malik Willis.
Malik Willis. I mean, to be fair,
he did start.
He did go 4-2 as your starter. So
I'm actually gonna put him C tier, bro. He's gonna be low C tier. But,
yeah, C tier below Dak.
I know it's like Green Bay just manages to pull quarterbacks out of the fucking.
Just remember, Tennessee, you could have had him, but no, you stuck with Mayo Man and Mason Rudolph.
But Malik Willis actually was.
He was decent. Like,
yeah,
I thought you guys were doomed.
In Malik Willis we trust.
Okay. So now we got CJ motherfucking Stroud.
It's really hard.
Like, hold on.
I'm going to.
Like, he did not. I said he'd have a sophomore slump. He had a sophomore slump. So I was right about that too. However, I hate him because he's from Ohio State. I can't stand Ohio State quarterbacks. They never succeed, and so far last year he's proven me right. But at the same time, his offensive line was fucking Swiss cheese. So how much can I actually blame it on the Ohio State thing?
I was about to say he had probably one of the worst offensive line performances throughout an entire consistent season.
To also be completely fair, he also dealt with that last year and he underperformed. Like, he underperformed what he did last year with almost the exact same offensive line.
Yeah. He also had injured wide receivers this year too. But a lot of them.
I'm going to put him in C tier, above Dak Prescott and above Kyler Murray.
I'm actually, which is surprising that I would do this. I'm going to put him in B tier below Dak Prescott, which is kind of.
Oh God.
So he's the new bottom of B tier. Like, I still would like to have him on my team for the future. All right, here's my first S tier.
The most tortured man in the NFL. I can't do S tier, but I could do like top of A tier, like the very, very top of A tier.
Motherfucker's going in S tier, dude. He had the craziest fucking season. And
I wonder why, because they had
playoffs.
I wonder why, because of course his numbers are going to overinflate because he has to carry the entire fucking team. Him and Jamar Chase.
Joe Burrow. He's legit, dude. He's legit. Superstar.
Well, I don't deny that. It's just like, there's a difference between being a star and stat padding.
I don't know. You put him on Jared Goff's team, I think he does.
Well, yeah,
the same
of course.
Or better.
Well, actually, no, because they're more run heavy. So Jared Goff.
But he also has an offensive line. Joe Burrow doesn't have an offensive line. Has never had an offensive line. Joe Burrow with the time to throw.
I just feel sorry for Joe Burrow because the Bengals tried to build an offensive line. It just did not work no matter what shit they threw in it.
Well, they were too cheap. They're too cheap. They
legitimately tried to build an offensive line. It just never worked out. Like, they actually tried. Like, they got out.
Their ownership is so ass.
I know, their ownership is so fucking cheap.
All right, well, we both agree that he's good, but this next one...
Okay, not Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert.
He's still A tier for me. At the same time, the Chargers are doing him no favors.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to put him in the middle of B tier. This last playoffs has completely rocked my faith in Justin Herbert.
You know what would help?
He was horrible. He lost them that game.
I don't know about that one.
0 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
While playing from behind in a run-heavy scheme with no wide receivers and Quentin Johnston dropping everything.
Johnston had a better year this year, actually.
He's still a fucking stone hand.
He still has stone hands. Actually, he has great. He can make one-handed circus catches, but he drops wide open fucking easy passes. It's some crazy as shit.
Yeah. All right.
But I'm still gonna put him in mid B because
he's an A tier for me. Like, we'll see how it shakes out, but I think it'll be like a low A. All right, I think I found my
middle B low A is a good place. Like, I don't disagree with you. You're just higher on him than I am.
All right. Well, I think we both came across our first F.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson, I'm sorry. I had some faith in you.
You have a cannon arm.
I had some faith in you, but all you did was prove me right about me not liking toolsy quarterbacks. Actually, you and Will Levis did the exact same thing.
I think we're gonna have our biggest differ here with our next pick.
Like, okay, Trevor Lawrence.
We're going to Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, on one hand, it's the Jags. Good luck. On one hand,
they have had a awful run game ever since he's been in the league. Their offensive line,
and I think he actually ended up
average.
And I think he actually ended up getting concussed and on IR for a little bit because of freaking Azeez Al-Shaair.
Yeah,
and then they tried to blame him.
If you put him on any roster that's competent, I think that he works out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like. And the thing is if you look at his stats, he's really like. I mean, he rivals Kyler Murray already. Like, and the thing is who would you rather have, Trevor Lawrence or Kyler Murray?
I don't know. It's a wash.
Fuck.
But the thing is, like, again, with Trevor Lawrence, I agree that if he had some form of actual structure, he'd do good. Because we saw what was happening, the year the collapse happened.
I gotta go, because we're talking about how they played last year and not how they're going to play this year.
Yeah, like how we're going to play.
With Cohen and Brian Thomas in his second year, like.
Okay.
Different focus.
Just out of an abundance of caution, I'm putting Trevor Lawrence on the top of C tier.
Yeah, I would literally. I almost put him B tier, and I dropped him to C tier. He's going to be the top of C tier, but I think next year I might be able to put him in high B to low A potentially, because finally they made drastic changes and fired everybody in charge at the Jaguars, which leads us to Mayo Man.
Another F tier. Actually, no.
Top of F tier.
Actually, no. He actually goes in S tier because of all the meme potential he gives. No, but no, F. He did better than Anthony Richardson, but still, he's an F.
Oh, this is going to be another fucking interesting one.
Oh God, Caleb fucking Williams. Okay, he's not D tier, but he's not B tier either. He's C tier,
Yeah,
above CJ Stroud, below Trevor Lawrence.
I'm going to put him above Will Levis. And not think too hard about it, because that year was kind of going to be lost anyway.
Mm-hmm.
If he's bad this year, he'll drop further down for me. He's got to do better with they have Tooney now, and they did some really good moves this offseason. But the Bears have to be better. If they're still 4-12 after all these moves,
I will be laughing my ass off.
As a Packers fan, I will laugh my ass off, but
no, I will be laughing my ass off.
Like the pit of my stomach, awful about it.
All these things they do, and they still go 7-10. Like, just for haven't they not learned the last couple of years where they won the offseason? Like, have they not learned? Every time they hype themselves up, they just get smacked in the face.
Which leads us to another difficult one. Sam fucking Darnold.
I think I have my first B tier. High B tier for me.
I'm going to put him in B tier, below Herbert, above Dak Prescott.
Like, he's proven now that he can be competent, but I kind of have to wonder how much of that was because of JJ.
And also the fact that he had one of the best left tackles in the league, and as soon as that guy went down with a season-ending injury, he went to shit. Which, I'm not even kidding you. The 3 games that left tackle wasn't starting, I think they were all losses, and 2 of them were the last 2 games. They're miserable losses in the end of the season in the playoffs were without their left tackle. They're all pro left tackle. So it's like, he's going to the Raiders? No, he's going to the Seahawks. The Seahawks have a bad offensive line.
Yeah, no, they're terrible.
Yeah, I think that he's going to regress this year heavily. But he got his bag, so, I mean...
Finally, after for so many years.
Daniel motherfucking Jones. First D tier.
No, F. No, he's F for me. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Giants still fucked him over. The Giants still fucked him over, but he still did very, very bad. And he couldn't get out of the Vikings practice squad.
He is the bottom of D tier for me, but simply because of his story and how fucking screwed over he was, I can't put him in F tier on Will Levis's level. Because at least Will Levis had somebody to throw to.
And an offensive line. And a defense. And a competent organization.
Yeah. And it's like Anthony Richardson.
All right, fine. Bottom D tier. Happy?
And yeah, Richardson, put Daniel Jones in Richardson's situation. I think he does significantly better. He might not do great, but fuck, he'd do something. He'd win you an extra couple games.
I gotcha. All right, Jalen Hurts.
Right, Jalen Hurts.
Okay, so Super Bowl MVP. So he has that.
Not deserved. Montez Sweat should have gotten
it. He's an A tier, but I don't think he's too far of a B. He's bottom of A, top of B.
I'm going to put him top of B. He's going to be the top of B.
Fair enough.
Guaranteed.
Like, we see that he could be something. Like, he got paid for a reason.
Oh, yeah, no.
But with Saquon now with Saquon being there, he doesn't have to do a whole lot.
I'm making my criteria for S tier and A tier a lot harder this season. So
okay.
All right, Matthew Stafford.
I kind of gotta go B. He did not have the best start. He cleaned it up, but he did not have the best start.
I'm gonna put him B over Herbert, which is gonna be wild for some people.
I'm not gonna lie. Kind of looks. I'm not gonna lie. With the pictures we got right now, it looks like they just took Sam Darnold's face, crushed it in a bit, and then photoshopped Matt Ryan's face on top of it. I can't unsee it.
Oh my god, we got our bottom. We
got
our bottom left tier next. Bottom of
Deshaun Cosby. Fuck off.
Actually, can I add? How do I add a new?
Pop the Achilles twice.
Perfect. Pink. We're gonna do new tier, and we're gonna make it pink because he's a little girly bitch boy. We're gonna make F tier red. Girly bitch boy.
Okay.
I'll just name it creep.
Creep.
he's bottom. All right, this is gonna get controversial real quick.
We got Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. Okay, so he did not have his best year, but San Francisco was literally in body bags last year. Literally everything around Brock Purdy crumbled.
Yeah.
The only constant,
I won't be too harsh.
The only constant piece was Juwan Johnson. Or not Juwan Johnson. Who was he? Where's 17? I know Juwan's in there somewhere.
Juwan Jennings.
Juwan Jennings, thank you. Did I get that right the first time and I just didn't know?
I don't know.
We'll find out. Oh, I said Juwan Johnson. I got it wrong. But with Brock Purdy, we'll never exactly know how he's going to be able to do, like without people around him. I give him a pass from last year because literally everybody got hurt. But I can't go any higher than C. Maybe bottom of B if I'm being generous. But, like, because he's very bottom of B if I'm being very generous. Like, paying a man, like, he could lead you to a Super Bowl. So, you just got to make sure I won't say he's Tom Brady light, but he's Tom Brady light. Like, he won't do much without something around him. So as long as you got somebody around him who's competent, he can lead you far. They just got to be competent.
Yeah. All right.
Gino.
Slightly more controversy here as well. He's also going to be in B tier.
Yeah, bottom of B tier for me.
Brock Purdy and Gino. I gave Gino I gave him a D tier last year.
Yeah, I think so. I had him in C, I think. He's just a different version of Brock Purdy. The only difference is that they had DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett to throw to. Meanwhile, Brock Purdy had Juwan Jennings.
I think he's just Dak Prescott, but slightly more accurate.
Sounds about right. Ah, fuck.
Which, all right, let's knock these two out quick. I put Kirko Chains D tier, and I put Derek Carr D tier.
Okay, Derek. Yeah. Actually,
Carr deserves D tier, and if you the thing is I would put Kirk Cousins in F tier, but he beat your fucking team twice and threw for 800 yards in those games.
We handed them those games. They did not win because of Kirk Cousins. They won because our defense folded like a fucking lawn chair. Also, they also got it on the first possession overtime, which thank you NFL Rules Committee for changing that. But top D tier above Daniel Jones. That's where I have Kirk. Carr is concerned, bottom of C. He's competent, but God, do the Saints have a terrible situation on their hands.
Yeah, the Saints are fucking wreck.
All right, hello Baker. You're in A tier above Herbert.
I will put Baker in.
I mean, he got MVP votes.
I'll put Baker Mayfield in.
Actually, Baker Mayfield's better than Jaden Daniels. Yeah, they beat. Jaden Daniels beat him in the playoffs, but hey.
I'm gonna put Baker. I know I said Jalen Hurts would be top of B, but I'm gonna put Baker above him because I can't justify putting him in A tier, man. I can't.
Who?
Baker.
What?
Threw too many fucking game-losing interceptions last year. The thing is he's good. He's really good.
No,
but
he had 2 game-losing interceptions all year. 2. That's it. Yeah, he had a lot of picks, but
you also have to know. You also have to see that
I put
Jalen Hurts in B tier.
Is it his fault that our defense folded on the first possession of overtime every single time we win at OT? No, it's not. The only time the only thing I think Baker costed us a game was against San Fran. That's the only time I think. Like, he threw a bad pick. Yeah, we scored, but we also gave him too much time to go and kick the game-winning field goal. Like, shit like that. Anyways, Justin Fields, top of D tier.
I literally have him top of D tier now.
You don't want him starting. You don't want him starting. Yep, S, top of S tier. MVP. He had little shit to work with, but he still made it work.
Jacoby Brissett. I'm going to put him...
Top of D, I'd say. Like, he's serviceable.
I'm going to put him in the bottom of D. He's just uninspired.
Uninspired, but he filled in the role he needed to.
Here comes another controversial pick.
I see.
C tier.
Bottom of B. Bottom of B for me.
Tua is going to be the new leader of the top of C.
C for concussion.
C for concussion. C for we will never see him on the field again.
So how are you going to deal with your bias now?
Well, straight up, if you look at his stats, he had a good season.
I can't do it. I can't do it. He's like
3,800 passing yards, 28 touchdowns.
He's better than Carr. He's better than Malik. He's better than Prescott. He's better than Kyler. And he did better than CJ Stroud. Like, I can't do any more than that.
He's mid B tier. I have him right below Brock Purdy.
I can't do B tier. I can't.
I'll put Geno above him. But he was not just serviceable. He's coming back from an Achilles injury, and he looked good. Like, he looked decent to good, and they lost 4 games based on fucking missed field goals. So add 4 wins to whatever fucking total that they had, and that's what they should have. Let me
be fair. If they actually won against the Broncos, I would have went to Woody Johnson and kissed him on the ass for it, because that means I would have to deal with the Broncos being in the playoffs.
Look, I know that, like, I'm partially biased, but also it's like, he was on the Jets, man. It's on the fucking Jets, and I know you say, "Oh, Rodgers is a diva." Trading for Devontae Adams was a smart fucking move.
No, it was not. It was way too late.
Well, it was too late, but they should have done it at the beginning of the season. They should have. The problem is that they did it way too late.
And the Raiders robbed them of a 3rd-round pick.
Yeah, I mean, the 3rd-round pick would have been great at the start of the season. They had a whole season with Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson.
I mean, fair.
But no, the Jets do everything bass-ackwards.
Bass-ackwards. All right, Bo Nix. So everybody magically forgot that his first 5 games were completely fucking awful.
Yeah, but he was fucking cooking.
I can't do
putting him above CJ Stroud.
I can't do any higher than C tier, but he did do better than Stroud. I'm putting him above Stroud, below Aaron Rodgers, smack middle of C tier. Maybe next year he does something, but as long as Sean Payton's their coach. I hope they fail in everything they do.
You know what? I'm actually gonna be a little bit controversial here, and I'm gonna bump Stroud and Dak Prescott to C tier because I think I have too many people in B tier.
Yeah, no, I have Stroud in I have Stroud and Dak in C tier. Like, you're not alone.
Yeah, because I'm trying to, like, right now I only have 2 people in A tier, and I see a couple A tiers coming up, but my
All
A tier is gonna be like really good.
So, Black Magic Incarnate.
Okay, I gotta bump Baker to A tiers just because of my controversial take. Patrick Mahomes was a B tier this year.
No,
and
like,
below Jalen Hurts.
Like, I can't do it. Like, he's like
I'm bumping
Sam Darnold.
Baker to
Sam
A tier.
fucking Darnold did better than him.
Simply because, and the only reason he's this high on the list is because of like history bias. Because he's been really good, and they made it to the Super Bowl.
Patrick Mahomes literally had the middest of mid seasons, and they somehow bullshit to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. You're below Matt Stafford this year. Fuck it.
But
you're slightly ahead of Herbert. I'll give you that.
All right.
He had a horrible season this year.
All right.
This will be the lowest I ever get to rank him, and I will happily do that.
All right, Lamar Jackson.
All right, well, we got another easy A tier. 41-4 this year. Still can't win a playoff game, but
41-4.
41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions was his stats this year.
Seriously? 4 interceptions?
Yeah, Lamar should have won the MVP this year. And
holy shit!
Lamar should have won the MVP this year, and Josh Allen should have won it the year before because they both had like better seasons.
The last couple of years has been ass backwards as far as who deserved MVP.
Yeah, so. But
hold on,
I will say,
I just loved hearing the lamentations of Ravens fans going, "Oh, but he had better stats." Have you seen last year?
Yeah, I'm gonna put him in A tier below Jaden Daniels, is that might be wild, but
just for the sake of consistency, I have Jared Goff in S tier too. I got to put Lamar Jackson in S tier. I'd take Jared Goff and Josh Allen above them, but Lamar Jackson's season last year was just fucking insane. Even though everybody sucks him off because he's mobile. Like,
fuck it, I'm gonna put him. I'll bump him up because of consistency.
Like, at least the glazing he was getting this year was actually true. Like, at least this year he actually deserved all of it. All right,
yeah,
Bryce Young.
Go for me.
So are we just
Bryce Young?
Are we just going to acknowledge that the only reason why he's got a starting job again is because Andy Dalton got into a car accident?
Dude, and he balled out. That's the thing.
He's still C tier for me. Like, he's not F anymore.
No. C tier is very generous for him. I'm gonna put him right above. Below Malik Willis.
I'm putting him below I'm putting him below Kyler Murray and above Dak Prescott.
I'm gonna put him below Malik Willis, but let me know. Let me know. I want to let Panthers fans know that I believe in him now.
I don't.
The second half of his season was like inspirational as hell, dude. He came back and he looked like a different player.
Have you tried plugging him in and plugging him back out again?
All right. Well, judging on performance, Gardner Minshew's an F tier.
I can't. I love Gardner Minshew. I love him to death, but hold on. They beat the Ravens. That's something they did. I can't put him in F. I don't have the heart to do it. He's D tier, above Kirk and Daniel Jones, but I can't do any higher than that.
I'm gonna put Andy Dalton in the top of D tier, and I'm
actually gonna put him bottom of C. Again, he's one of those backups like
top of D, bottom of C.
Bottom of C, like you don't
good.
Like. I think he can still be like a decent starter, but he's really embraced the backup role. Like, I don't mind Andy Dalton, even though he was a saint, but I don't mind Andy Dalton. Okay, Skylar
We're not
Thompson.
gonna. We're not gonna.
I'm not wasting
think
time
too
on
hard
him.
about these two. They're both Dolphins. The next two are both Dolphins, and they went like 0-4 or 0-6.
Snoop Huntley and Skylar Thompson.
They're both F tier.
They're both F tier. I'm going to put Huntley below Anthony Richardson and Thompson actually below both of them as well.
Yeah, they're both just an easy fucking F.
Okay,
They're
Jordan
both
Love.
Horrible. I'm gonna put him below. I'm gonna put him below Hurts in B tier.
Okay, I'm going to do B tier above Tua and Geno, but below Brock Purdy.
That's fair. That's fair. I think personally he had a better season than Patrick Mahomes last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm putting him above Patrick and Herbert, but below Matthew Stafford and
again,
Jalen
we've
Hurts.
seen that he can do things. He's just again, he was banged up, and that's how we got the Malik Willis insanity run.
Yeah, we had a very bad issue with injuries, bringing people back too early, and then we decided to not sit our starters in a meaningless game, and it caused Christian Watson to be injured.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of our only deep threat wide receiver right now that's like consistently getting open on deep routes. And so it just takes away everything deep that we had. And he looked horrible. Not horrible. He did not look very good against the Eagles. But the Eagles won the Super Bowl and blew out. Like, we still played better than the Chiefs did. So, like,
and so did we. Actually, we beat the Eagles. So
yeah. So
yeah, Tampa's a schedule merchant. My ass. We beat the top heavy hitters, and then we got hurt halfway through the year. I don't want to keep hearing it, media.
I believe love is real, but I can't put him higher than Stafford. Stafford's just too good.
All right, the elite Joe Flacco. He's better than Richardson.
He's better than Danny Jones, better than Jacoby Brissett.
I'm putting him in D tier. I'm putting him in D tier below Jacoby Brissett.
I'm gonna put him in D tier below Derek Carr and below Kirk Cousins because he kind of had a bad year.
Nah, I'm putting him ahead of. I got him ahead of Fields, Minshew, Kirk Cringe, and Jones. But hey, Spencer Rattler, another D tier.
The next guy is F.
Actually,
really?
Yeah, F. What? Okay, I can't stand Spencer Rattler. I can't stand Spencer Rattler. Like, as a person, Spencer Rattler's a piece of shit. Like, he was.
You're trying to put him in D tier, and he threw for. I thought he was bad. He had 57% completion percentage, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Can I continue?
Start, yeah.
I can't stand Spencer Rattler. He was a piece of shit at Oklahoma who threw his teammates under the bus. Went to South Carolina and was average. Then the entire media would not start talking about it as if he was going to be some 5th-round gem. He sucks. Like, I can't stand the guy. He gets his dick sucked literally everywhere he went and then amounted to nothing, and I was proven right about him. Like, there's nothing about Spencer Rattler that anybody would like. Apparently the Saints did, but with how they've been drafting, they don't know how to draft any good players anymore. They only know how to draft cancers and people with the dropsies.
All right, I'm actually going to put him in the top of D tier. He's going to be the new leader of D tier.
I will also do that because he did better than pretty good. He did better than Minshew. And I would like him over all the other guys just because of how old they are. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that he got black magic in a couple of games, he'd probably be in C tier for me.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay, Drake May. Okay, hear me out.
Surprising is all I gotta say.
Yeah, I thought he was going to flop. But hear me out. C tier, above Malik Willis, below Dak Prescott.
I'm going to put him in C tier above Caleb Williams, below Kyler Murray.
That's fair. Jameis Winston, I don't understand why people like this guy. He is annoying. Like, I don't understand
put him in D tier.
He had one
above Flacco.
He had one good game, and then everybody was like, "Oh, look at him! He's so funny." I don't get it. He's trying to take over the Ryan Fitzpatrick role with none of the charm. He's just a very annoying gospel preacher at this point. Better than Flacco and CJ Stroud. Better than Flacco and Justin Fields, but I can't stand him. Like, everybody thinks he's this cool guy, but no, I dealt with him for 5 years in Tampa, and all the drama that came with him. He's not. He's just as guilty as no means no as Deshaun is, but nobody wants to talk about it.
Oh man, they're about to have a fucking
Giants country. Let's stomp.
Giants country. Let's not do anything at all.
Oh Lord. Well, these two are teammates, so it works. Okay, middle of C tier, below Aaron Rodgers, above Bo Nix.
Wow. He's top of D tier for me. He played horrible in the last fucking 8 games.
He's still better than anybody in D tier and below him.
Well, that's why he's in the top of D tier, but fucking Malik Willis played better than him. He went 4-2.
All right, Cooper Rush. Now we just got a bunch of backups. Cooper Rush, okay, C tier. I like him. He's a good backup, and I just find it weird that he went to Baltimore.
I'm gonna go D tier.
All right, Mason Rudolph, D tier, above Gardner Minshew, below Justin Fields. Kenny Pickett, F. Yeah, he won the Super Bowl, but he had that one thing that, like, he threw himself instead of a ball. Below Spencer Rattler, above Levis.
I'm gonna put him above, or right below Daniel Jones.
And then DTR, terrible, below Snoop Huntley.
I'm gonna put him. He's gonna end my list at the top of D.
Seriously?
I think. What was his name?
Dorian Thompson-Robinson. He sucked.
Is that Robinson or is that the Falcons quarterback?
Wait, that is Michael Penix. Fuck.
I was gonna say.
All right, yeah, top of D tier.
Robinson's on this.
Too raw to actually get a thing, but I just hope to God he doesn't work out.
Because 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 77. He had a very similar season than to some other gadget quarterback rookies. I'll put him below Aiden O'Connell.
Okay. Well, that is my tier list. Take that however you want. Draz's will also be up on the screen, so make sure you screenshot that and send it to me. And
yep.
About to say, I bet you're expecting the normal, and we're going to the news. We're not. There is no news to talk about at all. So instead of that, we're just going to do another mock draft. And I know you guys like those, don't you? I thought so.
All the SES talking to the audience that's not there.
Yeah, all 4 of them. But
all right, you got my.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with my list because, like I said, I wanted more people in B tier than I had last year because I had a lot of people in A tier last year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So okay. I'm pretty proud of my list.
Yeah, I got it. But we're using this time around. We're using Mock Draft Simulator from NFL Draft Buzz, and we are going to allow ourselves to do trades this time around. Okay, so pick 1, Tennessee. Now,
round 1, pick 1.
So I've been seeing a lot of mock drafts that have the Giants trading up to number 1 to get Cam Ward. However, I don't think they are going to trade or do anything with that because they got Russell Wilson as a bridge option right now. So I think they're eyeing somebody in the next draft. Who it is, I got no clue. But if there's any team in this top 10 that would trade up with the Tennessee Titans, or if there's any team out there that'd be willing to trade players in order to try to get the number 1 pick, who do you think it would be?
I don't think anybody is. I think Tennessee's keeping it.
All right, then.
I think the 2 teams that would be trading is Cleveland or the Giants.
Mhm.
Because simply put, Cleveland can't do shit next year because of their cap space issues.
Mhm.
And so they just signed Kenny Pickett. I think they'll just run with Kenny Pickett and just say screw it and try to draft for the future or trade for a lower pick and another first next year, right?
Mhm.
The same thing with the Giants. Somebody will want to give somebody something for the Giants pick. So I think Tennessee's keeping. I'm pretty set on that.
That's fair. So if they're keeping it, I think last time we had them taking Shador Sanders, and I think I'm going to stick with it. Like, I'm still going to keep Shador Sanders after all this.
Yeah, I think this time I'm gonna say they're gonna take Cam Ward.
Really?
Cam Ward's a little bit more traditional. There's a lot of people that has been saying that he's the better pick. So there's a lot of different things like that. I think that Shador Sanders Isaiah has a chance to go in the top 5, or he could fall to 25, depending on what people think. But yeah, I'm gonna have them take Cam Ward. I do think they're taking a QB though.
Okay. Round 2. Not round 2. Pick 2. You got the Browns. Now, I argued this last time that they would take Ashton Genty. Or Ashton Genty, rather. I still kind of want to do it, but at the same time, it's like they got a glaring hole that needed to fill at QB. So I think we're going to have I think this time we're going to have back-to-back quarterback picks, and I think Cam Ward's going to go.
I guess I'll draft Shador Sanders because I don't disagree with that.
Okay.
Actually, you know what?
Doing something different?
Let's see. Who would trade up for this?
Yeah, that's a good.
In my opinion, who would trade up?
The Raiders might, but then again, they just
got Geno.
They just extended Geno, so probably not.
All right, we got our trade. The New York Jets trade up for Cleveland's number 2 pick because they are desperate for a quarterback.
Okay, and then they take Cam Ward, I'm assuming.
And well, for me, they're going to take Shador Sanders.
Oh, okay. Like, we're going to have disagreements on who goes what, but hey, what are you going to do?
Yeah. We're going to have disagreements, but that's why it's a podcast. It's not a agree cast.
I gotcha. Number 3 overall pick, you got the Giants.
Travis Hunter goes off the board for me here. I said that last week, I think, as well, because we didn't do any trades.
And I think I had a dual Carter go here the last time.
I think so.
I think I'm still going to stick with that. Okay, all Patriots. Right. Travis. I think this is where Travis Hunter goes, and I think it's fitting. With the Patriots in pick number 4.
I think that they're gonna get Abdul Carter here at 4 because they need an edge and they also need corner really bad.
Okay. Okay.
Well, they need kind of everything really bad, but
I gotcha.
Besides the point.
But here's I don't think we're gonna change our what we had last time here. Mason Graham, they need a defensive tackle. Jacksonville needs a defensive tackle badly. He goes here. Simple stuff. Okay, Raiders. They don't have a QB this time around, so this is going to be a fresh pick.
All right, I got another trade already.
What are you thinking?
Raiders with the Bears.
Why would they trade up?
Ashton Genty goes off the board.
Why would you have him going to Chicago?
Chicago needs a running back, and they just got an offensive line in free agency. having them trade up 4 spots with the Raiders that don't need a quarterback for extra draft compensation. I think that they could do that. I think that they could actually happen.
Well,
and I think that the Bears covet Aston Genty.
I don't see it at all. I don't.
That's why it's a mock draft. Because if I'm wrong, you can mock me.
But
which leads me to pick 7, which is my Cleveland. You don't have any trades yet.
Not yet. For my pick with the Raiders, I think Ashton Genty will go. Like, still same spot, just a different team. Like, they need their Josh Jacobs replacement. And Abdul Carter is not it, or whoever it was that or Amir Abdullah, that's who it was. And I think he's already out. So yeah, they need a running back bad as well. So I think they take him. All right. So for me, it's the Jets. For you, it's what?
For you, it's the Jets. For me, it's Cleveland.
Okay.
And Cleveland is going to trade down and still get Kelvin Banks Jr.
All right. Well, here's where I'm going to trade. Here's where I'm going to do a trade. San Fran to the Jets. Okay, so they trade up, and with how decimated their shit's become on defense, they're taking Will Johnson.
Fair.
Okay. That brings us to Carolina. With San Francisco doing that trade and poaching their CB, the only other thing they can do is edge. However,
I think they're taking James Pierce Jr.
However,
I
will also say their wide receivers core stops at Adam Thielen. And McMillan is right there for the taking, so I have Carolina choosing him. Give the Carolina midget an extra weapon. All right, we got the Saints. Throw a dart at a target, and you'll probably hit a need. Trevor Penning has not worked out. Ryan Ramczyk is still banged up. They got Taluia Hofunga, but that's only one person. They still need to plan for Cam Jordan going away. So I think this is where James Pierce gets selected for me.
I am going to actually do another trade.
Okay.
Be a little trade happy with this. I'm going to have New Orleans just trade 2 picks down.
With the Jet. Well, it's the Jets on my end, but who's it on your end? Oh, it's San Fran.
San Fran. The 49ers need one thing really bad, and that is offensive tackle.
They still got Trent Williams, right?
Yeah, but he's starting to get older.
That's true. I still find it funny that his fucking arms are the same size as Kyler Murray.
All right, so what round 1, pick 9, they're going to go and they're going to get Will Campbell.
The San
Francisco 49ers.
Okay, that's fair. All right, Chicago.
Which leads me to, mine's Las Vegas, yours Chicago.
Yeah,
and that's when I choose Will Johnson to come off the board at 10.
Okay. I'm trying to think here, because Chicago filled their offensive line needs.
Imagine if I'm dead right. What would you do if I was dead right with all of these trades? Like, dead right.
I'd walk...
As a Packers fan, having Chicago trade up for Ashton Genty and
I'd walk
right
to Chicago and then murder
thing.
you.
You'd walk to Chicago. It'd take a while for you to walk from Chicago to Florida.
Not to Chicago, to Orlando and murder you.
I would walk 10,000 miles in the opposite direction of where you are. And then
if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
If
I'm wrong where you live, I'm wrong. I'm just going to slap you either way. But for Chicago, they need basically anything on that defense in the secondary. For whatever reason, Jade Barron is here, but I have a feeling that this is just old shit. So let me take a look in the defensive back category.
Is Barron falling, or is he not in the...
For some reason, he's ranked number 14 on this website. Whatever. Let's go with that.
What was he ranked in other places?
He was ranked 14 on here, but I did not see Baron at all the last time we did it.
I don't think we did.
Huh.
I don't know.
Well.
Well, I'm going to have the Saints pick Shamar Stewart.
Shamar Stewart? Okay. Go ahead and explain.
Well, he's at least according to them, he's the best available edge, and the Saints, because they traded down, it's either they take a wide receiver that I have, like Matthew Golden, McMillan, or an offensive tackle, and they don't really need an offensive tackle. They need offensive guard.
Fair enough.
More than offensive tackle.
Well, I got the Jets. They're definitely going to take something here. The highest wide receiver I have right now, and it's listed as the biggest need for him, is Matthew Golden. However, Matthew Golden talked mad shit and only ran a 4.4 in the combine. However, as funny as that is, I don't think it'll take away from people like seeing him as like the fastest wide receiver in the combine for whatever reason. So I'm just going to say they're going to take Matthew Golden and just move on with my life.
And then we have Dallas.
Okay, so Zach Martin retired. Their offensive line is made out of tissue paper at this point. And I still got Kelvin Banks and Will Campbell here. So I'm going to have them take Kelvin Banks.
I'm going to be very Cowboys with this and have them take McMillan, because he had fallen on my board. So I'm going to say the Cowboys.
You got the CD Lamb situation all over again?
Yes, pretty much. Pretty much. Just say, let Dallas once again take something they don't need and not fix a problem that they need.
Okay. Now for somebody who does need offensive line help, Will Campbell's still on my board for the Dolphins. He's going there.
Membu is on the board for me, and so
I like Membu. Again, that's the funnest name in this list so far. Membu.
Yeah. And I'm going to keep the same pick. Tyler Warren's going off. Like,
this is a no-brainer.
Both of us chose him last week, and
that doesn't
I think
change.
That's the most correct pick.
Okay, Shamar Stewart's still on here for me for the Falcons, so I'm going to go ahead and go with that.
Falcons, I'm going to have them take. Let's see, do they need Josh Simmons, Matthew Golden? Why is Barron? I don't think Barron was in the first round.
Barron who?
They don't really need a corner, but Jade Barron.
Right. Okay.
Let's see. I'm going to have them take. Fuck. I'll have them take Matthew Golden.
Okay. Weird pick, but
I'm not going to think too hard about it.
Okay.
But
Arizona offensive line help Membu.
I really don't know what they would take.
But Arizona, offensive line help is a must. Membu is here for the taking. I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's where Josh Simmons is going off the board for me.
Okay. Okay, so we got the Bengals. Again, pick anything on that defense. Just throw a dart at it.
I think I had the safety, Nick Emenwari, go off.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to do that too. Because God Almighty, their defensive backfield is terrible.
I think that they've sullied the relationship with Trey Hendrickson, so I'm gonna take Michael Williams and basically have them take that and assume that they don't get a deal done with Trey Hendrickson.
Okay, so we got the Seahawks. So I think this is where Josh Simmons goes off the board for me, at least. Because they still need offensive line help in the worst way possible. Especially with the fact that they just got Sam Darnold in the building, and we saw what happens if his offensive line does not do good.
I'm gonna have them take Jalen Walker.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think these rankings are all over the place because, yeah, these are
Every
way different.
website's different.
Every website's different, yeah. Okay. So we got Tampa.
It'll be interesting just to see how drastically different they are. So we could like go back and forth between the two of them. I wouldn't mind.
I gotcha. Okay, so Tampa. I've seen the notice in recent years that we like to trade down in the first round, like if we got a late pick. So, if there's anybody on here that's likely to trade up with Tampa, I would place my bets on the Texans trading up to get more O-line help. So that's what I'm going to do. They're going to get Gray Zabel to bolster the offensive line.
I am going to have you guys take a safety. Nick Emawari.
Hey, that's what I did last time.
I don't know if I did the same as you last time, but if he's there. Let's see. Who's the Broncos?
Broncos.
I'm going to have them take a defensive tackle because it says they need it, and there are a lot of defensive tackles
There
on the
are.
board. Walter Nolan, Kenneth Grant. I'm going to say
I got
that they're going to take...
I got Mikael Williams on the board, so that's what I'll do.
I'm going to have them take Kenneth Grant simply because he's from Michigan. I don't know why. It just they're both back to back, Mullen and Grant. So I'll just have them, just for no reason at all, decide to choose Kenneth Grant instead of Walter Nolan. And
Okay.
live with that.
We got the Steelers. They always need wide receivers. I got Luther Burden here. Might as well do it. Okay. And that brings us to Los Angeles.
I'm gonna have them take.
I gotta wait for you. I'm an
Jahdae
idiot.
Barron.
Okay.
I'll
Finally
have somebody
finally
take
have
him.
him getting off the board.
Yeah. I'm gonna. They do need a corner,
Mm-hmm. All right.
and we'll see.
So I don't think my pick's going to change from last time. I still have Colson Loveland going to the Chargers. Like, that is a match made in heaven.
I changed. I put Walter Nolan, the other defensive tackle, going there because they do need a defensive tackle.
They do, but at the same time, they also got to get Herbert some weapons. And Colson Loveland has history with Jim Harbaugh. I'm just
True.
saying, it makes the most sense. Speaking of things making the most sense, I don't think the Packers trade in their general strategy of getting a first-round corner. Siobhan Ravel's here. You guys are getting him. Merry Christmas.
Let's see. I am going to. I'm going to say they take Mike Green, edge from Marshall. Or, do I have them take? You know what? I'm gonna say something shocking. Green Bay's gonna trade down.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Well, that's not shocking.
That's
We
not
do that all the
shocking.
time.
That's annual.
We're gonna trade down with the fucking Giants.
To Giants.
Who do you think is more likely, the Giants or actually Jacksonville?
From the second round to the first?
Yeah,
Let's see. I think Jacksonville will
they
be
have an extra third round draft pick. They have an extra
Jacksonville
third
will
round.
be in a desperate enough situation to do it.
I'm gonna say for pick 36, pick 70, and 88 in a draft for Green Bay's. Like Green Bay would probably be able to get more, but I'm gonna just do that just to say Green Bay will trade out of the first round.
I gotcha.
All right, so we're gonna have them trade up. Jacksonville gets 2 firsts this year,
Wow.
and Green Bay doesn't, and they are going to take. Let's see.
Kenneth Grant.
They are going to take. Let's see, Luther Burden. Would they take a wider? Why would they trade up, in your opinion? Let's see.
They wouldn't. This is your
Would be
trade.
for-
Why are you asking me?
No, I'm saying like with Ravel's here, and Luther Burden's here, and Colson Loveland in mine is still here. So they could take almost all of those and get better. They cut somebody in who they cut Christian Kirk. They're gonna take Luther Burden. They're gonna trade up, take a wide receiver.
Okay.
I'm being aggressive with trades today, so
yeah, I know.
This I tend to like be cautious with trades. I'm just gonna be like the exact opposite today. Just fucking send it. Anytime I think a trade could happen, it's gonna happen.
All right. Well, I got
Right,
we got the team that God hates.
I'm gonna have Ravel come off. I'm not gonna think too hard about it. They need a corner.
Okay. Meanwhile, they don't need linebacker. They need guard most of all. But however, Malachi Starks is there from Georgia, and Harrison Smith is getting older.
Yeah.
And that just brings us back to Tampa. For me, at least.
Which for me is Houston.
All right. I got to think here. We need an edge. We need to see... This is what I hate about websites like this. They have QB as our fourth biggest need. That's insulting.
I'm gonna have them take Derek Harmon, defensive tackle at 25. While you're thinking about your team.
Well, there's no thinking about it. We got my green edge from Marshall. We need an edge. I'm taking him. And that means the Chargers.
Chargers. Oh, the Rams are my name.
Rams.
Did you
I'm
trade
sorry.
with the? I was saying, did you trade without me knowing?
No, I'm just an idiot.
I'm gonna have them take Colson Loveland here. They need a tight end, don't they?
They got Tyler Higbee.
His knee just exploded.
All right.
And he's 33, 32.
That's fair.
Having a... I do think that the last time I agreed with you, tight end for Michigan going to
LA, just
an ex-Michigan coach.
Another team.
Yeah, I just want to be a little different this time.
Okay. So for me, for the Rams. They need linebacker help. I got Jalen Walker. Sending it.
Ravens at 27.
I mean, one of their defensive tackles just retired. So I say they want to fill that hole. So I got Walter Nolan here from Ole Miss. Doing it.
I am going to say they're going to take let's see. They're going to take Mike Green.
Okay.
I almost said something very controversial.
What?
Because I could see it happen. Them taking a running back.
Why?
Because I've been looking at a bunch of stuff. Derrick Henry's getting older. You put somebody right behind him, and you have the best running back duo in the league, and you have somebody that can take extra things. But they have Justice Hill. That was the thing that pushed me over the edge. Like Hill's been pretty good for them. So.
Okay. So we got the Lions. Anything secondary, you need it.
Well, safety, they're good.
That's
Brian
true.
Branch and they're
The problem is that there's no good corners left on the board.
Yeah. I'm going to have them take Nick Sorton from Texas A&M. Or Jack Sawyer from Ohio State.
No, do not pair an Ohio State product with a Michigan product. That never works out. But if they do need an edge, I do have Nick Scorton right here. So, sending it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that one. All right.
Speaking of teams
so
that need
Washington
corners.
Yeah, they need corner. They could use pass rush. They could use some offensive line. But I'm going to say they use this as a luxury pick, and they take Amika and Egbuka.
And yet another Ohio State receiver they get. they had it with Scary Terry. Then they had it with Cortland Sutton. So this will be wide receiver number 3 from Ohio State on that team. Actually, no, Cortland Sutton's not there anymore. Actually, he's not even Cortland Sutton. It's not Cortland Sutton.
Jahan Dotson.
Not Jahan Dotson. He fucked off last season to a different team.
I don't know.
Curtis Samuel, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. He was on there.
Yep, Curtis Samuel. That's who I thought.
All right.
Okay.
Buffalo.
They
I'm going
just
to
need
not think too hard about it.
They just need to get an exorcism. Fuck drafting people. They just need an exorcism.
I'm gonna have them trade, not trade for, but draft Malachi Starks. Not think too hard about it. They do.
Well,
need
I got them
safety
taking
help.
Kenneth Grant because I do see D-line on here as a need.
Oh well, my North Carolina native Omarion Hampton is gonna go to the goddamn Chiefs.
Ouch.
Or Gray Zabel.
I hate it. I hate. Ugh.
Fuck it, Gray Zabel. I'll choose offensive tackle.
And I'll go Derek Harmon. Okay. And then last pick. Basically, the Eagles need their defensive line built back up. And this is where... Jack Sawyer, I fucking hate you.
Jack Sawyer, yeah. I think Hampton's going to fall out of the first round. I do. I do not think he... I do not think that he deserves to fall out of the first round because I think he's a really great talent, but history's shown that good running backs can come from any part of the draft. So,
Okay, well, that is my picks. That are your picks, and we don't even need a screenshot at this time because there's literally no way we could screenshot it.
Yeah,
So-
dude, this
We're not using
This
this website
fucking-
again.
this was also the wildest one for me. So like the one with all the trades is going to be the hardest one for us to look back on.
Yeah, of course it is. Okay, so that's
I
it.
traded Cleveland.
Oh,
Cleveland from New York, Las Vegas to Chicago. So I picked pick 2, pick 6, pick 9, and then pick 23.
good lord. All right,
Yeah, that's it.
that's it.
That's a Dunsky.
If you guys sat through all of this, congratulations, you somehow made it. And you're somehow still alive. That's worth celebrating, right? That's why we got birthdays.
Hey, it's
You're
fun.
celebrating the fact that
It's
you're
fun.
alive. But
We get to express our opinions into the void with no consequences.
well, for you, I got to deal with it because it's my freaking channel. But if you guys like this, hit the like button, subscribe down below, click the bell to get notifications when I upload. Next episode of Battle for the Bay will be on here as per usual next week. So look forward to that. We'll see you guys next time. See ya.
Peace.